everyone, welcome back. I'm super excited about today's video because it's gonna be a challenge. And I'm all about my challenges. So the story goes that the other day I was slapping on some paint onto a canvas, not really caring about the outcome, and I was just having fun, and the outcome of the painting turned out to be awesome. I mean, mind-blowing in my opinion, because it only took me 15 minutes. And I was having fun with it and trying to relax and get away from one of my larger paintings. So I was talking to my husband and he said, well, you know, sometimes the best paintings you do are the ones that you don't really even care about to begin with. The ones that you just kind of slap around some paint onto a canvas and then you're done. So maybe you should start painting like that all the time. Now give me a smooch. I was like, wow. Well, okay then. Challenge accepted. I think what's great about this is that when you don't care and you don't overanalyze and you're just allowing yourself to have fun and all of that, that's when the creativity starts flowing way better and way faster than when you're staring at a large painting and scratching your head and your brain hurts and you're just trying to make it look good. And so I thought, heck, I should do a 15-minute painting challenge. And so today I'm going to be doing 2 different paintings, both only taking 15 minutes, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, get ready for this and let's do this. Okay, so I started this process not really knowing what I was doing, to be honest. Just about every single painting that I do throughout this video, I pretty much just started with a base layer of paint, and then I let the ideas flow as they came from there. And I really wish that I was able to do this video in actual time, but with the number of paintings that I wanted to show you guys and the fact that they were all 15 minutes long, I was like, I don't think that's gonna happen. So I sped it up just a little bit, but I made sure to put the little clock in there so you could see the timer. One of the hardest parts about this, I feel like, was knowing that I was under a time crunch and that I had to get some ideas like the moment I was done with a portion of the painting. I knew that I just had to lay something down so that I could continue going. So with this painting, I ended up putting this big swirly shape and just kept going at that. And then as I was working, I started to realize, hey, it kind of looks like an octopus. Sort of. Maybe. So then I went in with some tentacles, and I think that was probably the most fun part, is that I had to allow my eyes to just be like, this is what it is. This is what it's going to be. Let's go from here. But the whole time I was so worried about the clock. And just in case you're wondering, all of these paintings were done with oil. So it was also something that I don't normally do. I don't normally work wet on wet. I mean, occasionally I will, but for the most part, I let a layer dry, and then once that layer's dry, then I go back with more oil. So I had to be a little okay with the fact that all my colors were going to mush together, and I don't know, it was really interesting. So especially with this painting, I started working with darks and then worked my way to light. I don't know, I think I need to experiment more with working wet on wet. It's just something that I don't do, so I'm not that experienced with it. I am a huge fan of blending. And with this painting, I felt so rushed that I wasn't capable of blending. And it's kind of interesting to me how it came out without my meticulous need for it to be perfect, with every tone shaded perfectly and all of that. It was something that while I was doing it, I was kind of dog cussing it a little bit because all I want to do is make it super perfectly blended. And I went in with a little eye. I definitely had to look up octopus eye on Google while doing this, so also cut down my time just a tiny bit, but not too bad. I was very non-picky about it. It's not every day that you look at an octopus eye. I had to use my palette knife, which I don't paint with palette knives ever, and I tried to do it a few times today, and it's very difficult. But especially with this wet on wet deal, I just like could not get the blue paint to stay there. It just wanted to walk all over the place and stay on my brush, so I really think that this is a painting that I'd love to go back over at some point. For this next painting, I went around with the white. And originally I was going to go with kind of like an abstract mountainscape, which in the end it is kind of like that, but I tried to give it kind of like a foggy, hazy feel, sort of. I don't know. By just like the first painting, this painting turns out pretty different than what I was initially going into it thinking it was going to turn out to be, but that I think is the cool part about this challenge. So if you end up doing this challenge, I'd love to see the outcomes of your work. I'm super interested on how this works for other people. Unfortunately, with this piece, my camera SD card started to get really full, so all of a sudden it goes from pretty much this to the finished product in like no time flat. My timer's going off, so sorry about that. My bad. Woo! I got a lot of paintings done today, guys, and I am super, super hot. In Colorado, we don't have AC, and most of the time it's okay, but right now it's just not. Anyways, just a couple of the paintings that I got done. Here's one, and I got some schmutting on the side, so I need to fix that, but do that later. And a very like retro looking quick painting of my cat. She wouldn't sit still, so that was a little difficult. And I never painted in this style, so that was really cool. I thought that was interesting that when you're forced on the clock like that, just strange things come out. And of course, this guy. And so this octopus one, I think it would be really cool if I went back and put suckers on the bottom of the tentacles so it really looks like an octopus. I don't really know if this helped me with my creativity or not. I mean, I think it sort of did. Definitely it made me force it all out, but something about the timer really screws with you. I kept wanting to check it. I kept thinking about it rather than the artwork itself. So, I don't know, this was totally different than the piece that inspired this whole shebang, in the fact that I think with that one, I just kind of whipped it all together and it was awesome, and I didn't even think about the fact that it only took me 15 minutes. I want you guys to try to figure it out and test it out. Show me the paintings that come from this if you do end up doing this for yourself. I'd love to see them. And you can always private message me on Facebook or Instagram or email me if you want. And if you do try this or you're just thinking this was a cool video, definitely comment down below and give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you guys had a good 4th of July last week if you're in the States. If you're not, well, I just hope you had a great week. So, if you're interested in checking out my Instagram and Facebook, these are my tags. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.